Okay.
Let me see. Oh, okay. Yes, it is streaming now. I think if you go to that link that I sent last time, let me see.
The YouTube one?
Yeah, let me see if it's on.
Okay.
I think it should be, yeah, it should be on. So let me,
Okay.
okay, I will admit them. Turn that on, and I will, let's see here.
I can go ahead and do the little morning
Yeah,
spiel.
let me do I guess we'll do the speaker view, and then I'll switch it to, I'll pin the people's videos on it so that it won't switch around.
Okay. And then after I do this, I'm going to log out. Would that mess things up?
No, that's completely fine.
Okay.
Let's see. You want to wait till? Let's see. We have 4 minutes. We have 4 minutes, so I think we can hang out. And
Okay.
get this stuff set up. Finish setting up. Okay, I'm admitting myself in for the other one. So hopefully we get both views.
Yeah. Your head is a little cut off. I don't know if that's important to you.
No, it's fine because I'll be talking to the students this way. I think it
Okay.
should be fine. I mean, yeah, I think I have to move it too far to get. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that works. I'll leave it there. Okay. Let me mute this computer. I think that should be all good. It is streaming live.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can get going.
Yes.
Just wanted to say good morning to everyone who's watching this morning. Welcome to the Foreign Music Teachers Association 2021 Levi Start Virtual Masterclass. I'm Helen Tan, the chairperson for this event. We're extremely honored and excited to have with us a Van Cliburn medalist and winner of American Pianist Awards in 2017 with us today, Mr. Chen. Good morning, Sean.
Thank you. Really glad. Yeah, really glad to be here. This is very exciting for me, and I hope we can, make this work, and hopefully the students will get something out of it. This, remote stuff is always a challenge, but I think we'll make it work.
Yeah, well, thank you so much because you're the technical wizard behind this. I mean, taking time not only from your busy weekend to come teach the class and also setting it up on Zoom and YouTube. Without you, we've been, totally at a loss. We're really looking forward to it.
I'm glad I can bring a little bit of experience to it. So
Yeah.
yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. So
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to remind everyone, sorry, that tomorrow's lesson again will start at 10 o'clock here, and question and answer session will be at 12:10 p.m. And so I hope you'll join us on Zoom for the question and answer instead of just on YouTube. So I guess I'll sign off now so that Sean can go ahead and start teaching. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. Okay, let me just get a little bit of stuff set up so we can see the person playing. All right. There we go. All right. Eddie, you are muted right now. Let me. Oh no, I can hear you now. Okay, give me a second to pull up the music. All right, so we have, okay, yes, so if you wouldn't mind, before you start, tell us your name and what you're going to be playing today.
Hi, my name is Eddie Lee. I am 7 years old, and I'm going to perform to you today variations on a Russian folk song by Kowalski.
Okay, very nice, very good. All right, so I first want to see if you have an option on your screen. I don't want to mess with this too much, but see if your mom can help you on the Zoom. If there is an original sound button on the top left of the screen of your webcam screen on Zoom.
What is it again?
Might be
Turn on original sound, maybe?
Yeah, turn on original sound. See if you
Where is it?
It should be top left, at least I think, of the screen. If you can't find it, that's fine. We'll work on it. But
Is it audio?
Yeah.
I don't see on
okay,
top left.
that's fine. We can work with this. This is fine. I just wanted to see if you could find it quickly, but if not, just no worries.
Let me see one more time. Sorry.
No. This is fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. All right, Eddie. Good. They're very nice playing. I heard the musicality. Even though with some sound issues, I heard the dynamic changes, the different kind of characters. and the timing I appreciate at the end where you did the like at 94, 95. I thought that was very nice to take some time. Um, Maybe we could do. Um, I I think you're doing the dynamics enough on where you are, but on Zoom it might be a little bit harder to hear. Can you try for us once to do it once more from the beginning and really exaggerate your dynamics so that we hear the difference between the forte and piano and forte and mezzo forte. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. Um, Let me see. See, I think your teacher's written all this stuff, so I think you're doing it. But when you do, make sure that the last note isn't too loud. Yeah, one more time. Good. Okay. Good. Edison. Eddie. Sorry. When you played this, I think the for me this goes down to here, and then for me that could be a little lighter actually. So I know the whole thing is forte, but I would do more forte on those quarter notes. Da 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 da. Try it. Good, good, good. I was thinking on these. Can you be a little shorter? Actually, I see that you're playing them shorter, but and it maybe just be Zoom. But see if you can play them just slightly shorter, so we really hear that staccato. Good, Eddie. Are you doing those slurs? This. Yeah, I would like to hear those slurs on the second measure a little bit more. Good. So one thing that's important when you do the slur is the second note. Make sure the second note is not. It's not staccato. It's lighter on that. And if you could actually use your wrist to go up a little. Good, Eddie. I think we might need a little bit different character because on Variations 3 you have this nice, a little bit more playful, and I think Variation 4 is a lot more, it's the note values are longer, right? It's slower, kind of more harmonic. I think maybe slightly slower actually. Actually a little bit more relaxed feeling. Can we try one more time from the last line of variation 3. Good. And I think you can actually play the variation 5 then a little bit with more energy. So if we're going. Yeah. So you can actually play it maybe slightly faster. So can we do maybe just a little bit before variation 5? Good, Eddie. Can you actually wait longer? So wait longer on the first. And second time even longer. Yeah, so I think you're waiting a little bit, but I think you can wait a lot more. So wait a little bit on the first one, wait more on the second one. Good. So right now, what's happening? I think you can wait longer. You wait before, which is good. You wait before, but I want you to hold this note even longer. Yeah. So you can not only wait to play it, but once you play it, wait a little longer. Yeah. Good. One more time. Yeah, good. That's much better. Now when we're doing, so just one last thing for these fermatas or these little waiting things. Don't play the first one so loud. I think we want to save your energy for the second one, right? Because if they're both loud, then it's too much for the listener. Yeah. So can you try once more last time from where you just did? The waiting is very good. Timing is very good. Just make sure you don't play as loud as you did for the first one. And the second one is good as you do it. Good. Try it one more time. Good. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything else I have to say. Can we, we still have some time, and maybe it'd be nice for you to play the whole thing again. Just yes, it's nice to have the opportunity. But can we first talk a little bit about when you play? I think right now you use your elbows to go down, which is good. When you play, after you play, can you go up again so there's like a follow through? Yeah, can we try that? Yeah, that gives you a nicer sound. So also when you do these, same thing. Think about not just the down motion, but what happens after. Yeah? Good. Okay, so let's have you play this piece one more time, and let's just go through one last time and review the things we talked about, okay? So in the theme, make sure you have your dynamic differences, right? And make sure your slurs are nice. Dynamic differences and slurs. In the first variation, I thought that was fine, but I didn't have anything to say about that. In the second variation, make sure to follow those quarter notes going from the right hand to the left hand, and a little bit lighter and shorter on those boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Variation 3, again, those slurs on this da 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 da. And then going into variation 4, make sure I would do a little calmer. You know, we have these longer chords. And so you can relax a little bit. Then when you get to variation 5, the last one, you can play a little faster, and you will remember the timing things, the dynamic pacing. So like, don't play everything so loud. You want to build up to the end. And the very last thing is how you're playing those chords. Yeah. So I know it's a lot of things to think about. You're not going to be able to remember everything. That's fine. But see how much you can do it. All right. Yes, very, very nice. That's very good. Actually, one thing I noticed your last time you played through, when you pedal, and I don't think maybe you can't see, when you when you pedal, try to keep your heel on the ground. So don't pedal like I know I think you have a pedal stand, but don't try to keep your heel on the ground and pedal like this. It's better. It saves you energy too. Yeah. Otherwise, you get really tired doing this all the time. Good. Okay. Do you have any questions for me? No? Okay. Very good. I'll give you. I'm the only one here, but I'll give you a clap. Great job. Enjoy the rest of the classes. Hi, Eric. Good. Okay. Can you play something on your piano just to try the sound?
Like the song or just anything?
Just anything. Just a couple of notes so we can hear. Okay. Very good. Very good. Sounds good. Can you please tell us your name and what you're going to be playing today? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Chen. I'm 9 years old, and today I'm going to be playing Sonatina Op 55, number 3 by Frederick Kulau.
Okay. Very nice. Very.
Few mistakes.
That's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. The key is to not make the same mistakes next time. Then you'll be fine. Okay. Good.
I can barely hear you,
You can
although my
barely-
volume's on 100.
Okay. I'll just have to speak louder because I don't think. I think if I make it louder, it might not work so well. Okay. First of all, very very nice playing. Very steady and very articulate. You know, I mean, I don't mean articulate all the place. I mean, all the articulations that should be there are there. I personally would like a little bit more of the lighter character, especially when he writes dolce. Do you know what dolce means?
I don't really.
Okay, dolce is sweet, sweetly. So I am looking a little bit more for that quality. And then yes, he has forte areas, and you do those well. And but I'm looking for a little bit more lightness. So can we start one more time? And I'm noticing when you play, you kind of go down. Do you see that? I want you to think up. So this is actually not the fingers, the wrist going a little bit up. Like no. This way, not this way. This way. Sorry, let me make my video also big. Here. Oh. Is that better? I don't know if that's better. You can see.
The last one.
Yes, try that. Yeah, good. And these are very light. So yeah, try that. Good. Now notice there is no crescendo on, so keep that nice and then good, much better. Now let's go back two more measures. When you do this, it's much nicer. I think you should finish the phrase on. So I would do a little bit of diminuendo there. So imagine if you were singing this, right? You would need to take a breath somewhere. Da da dee da dee da da dee da 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 dee da da. See, I have to take a breath, otherwise I wouldn't be able to make it to the end. So I think you need to do a little bit diminuendo on the second measure. Try it. Yeah, do it one more time. You don't have to diminuendo on the first measure. I don't need. No, I think you can. Only here. Yeah. One more time. This. Get quieter. You're kind of playing it the same volume. Good. That's much better. Now let's go on. And then notice the dolce again on the next line, right? So. Yeah, and then that way is more surprising. Yeah. Okay. Go. Can we do from? If you want to start from the beginning, that's fine. So let's start from the beginning. And I need contrast between. Yeah, very soft. I don't think it's soft enough when you get to the da bum ba da 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 da. You don't have to diminuendo. I would keep it loud. Da di da 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 di da da di da 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 da. Can you play softer? I want to see how soft you can play it. Good. Now go on. Da, 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 da. Good. Very nice. Let's start. Let's do one more time from the first one and go on. And when you get to good. And when you get to notice it's piano, right? So when you do your accents, not too much, yeah. Sorry, I'm not listening to myself. Good. much better. That's much better. Two things. Make sure your left hand is not too loud. Yeah, you want it under. And then the other thing is, I know this will be a little confusing because your hands have to do different things, but if it's possible to kind of jump on the staccato, so what it will look like, let me see. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. Okay. So, see? So I would jump on the staccato and then kind of land on the accent. Good. Okay. Now, if you, I don't know if you watched a little bit of the end of the lesson with Eddie, but I was talking about going up after you go down, right? So you were doing up and then just down, but if you could do down and then up. Yes. Can we just try the right hand? Just the right hand from. Or you can start from. That's better. That's better. One more time. Yeah, that's a nicer sound, and it also has a little bit of the air. Can you try it with both hands? Yeah, that's better. Watch out, the pinky is easy to go car. Yeah, good, good. All right. And then, so keep it soft because the next line we have here. That's a forte. So keep everything before that piano, right? Make sure you don't crescendo too early. Crescendo only starts 2 bars after the piano. I think right now you crescendo already when you first start playing. So keep it soft until it says crescendo. Go from. Yeah. Are you crescendoing with your left hand as well? Because I think the left hand can help with the crescendo. Right now I think I just hear the right hand. Yeah, good, and good for going back to Dolce there. Okay. Same thing here. Don't get too loud too quickly. I know it says crescendo, but only after 2.5 bars. Yeah. Can we try that from the second section, right where we stopped? Good. Okay, Eric. The crescendo was very good. I want you to do it one more time and think about what we talked about with playing, not to go down with all your thirds, but yeah, I think it's generally not good to have your wrist go down like that because you actually, if you imagine all the weight of your arm, you're trying to go into the key. But if you go like this, it's actually going into the floor, and then you're wasting energy. So you want energy to go into the piano and not into the floor. Yeah. Good. And before you try that, the last thing is where we stop. These are quarter notes. You're playing them, I think, a little too short because we have. Sorry. That way, it's more surprising, I think. Yeah.
Should I start from the beginning
From
of?
yes, yeah. So two things. Good. That was much better on the not collapsing your wrist. That's very good. I would actually, your crescendo is good. You would do it a little bit farther. Right now you get to the last measure here, and you start diminuendo, but the diminuendo is not till later. So I would crescendo all the way, and then diminuendo. Yeah. And then, fine. Let's do maybe. Is it possible to do like from there, wherever is easy for you to start? Or if you want to start at the beginning of the section, it's fine too. Yeah. Yeah, good. And you could wait a little bit if you want. You know? And two, and just so people don't know what to expect. Is it possible to do it from that line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I doing the right notes?
Yeah, those are right. But you're doing it too slow. Beep, bum, bum, bum. Longer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. And you fixed yourself. You played it should be a D sharp. You were playing D natural before. Yeah. Longer? Longer? Oh yeah, and then go on. But we were working on waiting just a little bit before you go.
Yeah.
Okay, but don't play it slower. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, and one last time.
I think I played it too slow.
Yeah, you're counting 4 beats in between each note instead of 2. Yeah, one last time. Good. That's much better. Now, can we do one last thing before we have to stop? This is near the end. With these arpeggios, I'm looking for a little bit more rotation of your wrist. Right now you kind of play like this. You're very flat on your hands. If you look. Instead of, yeah, you got it. Try it. Good, and make sure your wrist up, but not like this, yeah? Right? Good, very good. All right. Thanks for playing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of the class.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, we're just waiting on the next student to get here. There we go. All right. David is joining now. Hello.
Hi, my name is David
Hi,
Lee.
David.
Yeah.
Hi.
Huh.
Great. Yeah. Can you tell us what you're gonna play?
Yes, so hi, my name is David Lee. I'm 12 years old, and today I'm going to play Polonais in C sharp minor, opus 26, number 1 by Chopin.
Thank you. putting on your headphones. Good. I think the game is very good, and clearly you've worked a lot on, I mean, all the notes are there, but you've worked a lot on the expression and phrasing and voicing and all that stuff. I think what you can think about more when there's dynamic changes, it's not only when composers write piano forte or pianissimo, it's not only a dynamic instruction, right? It's also it's also character or feeling, and I think a lot of times it's also timing. So, for example, I think when you do this. I mean, he writes poco ritenuto actually, so to get that pianissimo, it's not just if you just did. That's fine. I mean, it's pianissimo, but I think it's not as special as if you did. Yeah, so you don't have to do the whole thing slow, but just when you first started, and then. Yeah, so you want to try that? So let's try just from that line for now. Da 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 dee da.
Can you say that again? I can't hear.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I am so sorry. What I was saying is, when you get softer, you have your right hand dynamic, your left hand dynamic, your voice. Instead of doing, softer like this, you can get softer like this. So the left hand is a lot softer, gets softer more than the right hand does. Yeah, what I'm trying to get, it's better. But what I'm trying to, it has this kind of like, not echoey quality, but it's more, a little bit more sparkly, I guess. Like it's a lot more lonely than before. Before we had the right hand and left hand kind of working together, and I want the right hand to kind of feel a little lonely here. Yeah, try it. Good. That's much better. I would not bunch up your triplets like you did here. I would try to ya da da ya dee da. Actually, a little bit more even would kind of instead of yeah. One last time. Try it once without the ornament. So make sure it's very even. Good. Try playing good. It's much better, much more even. Try don't bounce your wrist for each note. We're trying to make a smoother thing. So if you go, we're gonna hear the attacks. So your fingers will play, your wrist will kind of guide you through the notes. Yeah. Yeah, so if you do this, we're going to hear that. if this moves slowly and you move the fingers under that, it'll be much smoother. That's much better. You can do it one more time, and I think it'll be better. Good. That's very nice. That's much better. Okay. Good. In the next section, are you using the soft pedal in the sotto voce part?
Yes.
So yeah, okay, good. Because I can't see your feet, so I can't really tell. But that's good. Now I see your teacher's been voicing, and I agree. I think you can voice both the top two notes instead of just the top note, because it sounds a little hollow to me. And it's sotto voce anyway, so it doesn't need to be too projecting. But definitely, when you get to here, you should voice as you did. Yeah, but I think just these chords, I'm looking for a little bit more warm or round, like kind of a nice warm sound. Yeah. Yeah, try. You did well on the slur when you did this, but then you did another down. If you can do down and play this well up, then you get a nice slur like this instead of yeah. Good. And I think you're missing a couple of notes. When you play, there should be a C sharp. I'm not sure. I don't hear it at least. Maybe you're playing it. Yeah. Yeah. So don't over voice. Whatever it is, I need to. There's a difference between. And yes, we have more of a harmony in there. So you just want to make sure you are aware of that. Good. And then when you get to here, it's very hard, but I would like it not to sound like, right? That's under the top voice. So try to keep the D sharp and the other notes separate in volume. I know it's difficult because it's all fortissimo. Try that. So one thing that'll help right now, it sounds like this and then but if you can hear, if you can connect the F double sharp to the C sharp in terms of listening to that line, then I think it will help, because right now it sounds like there's three voices. It sounds like there's and then there's and then right, but there's only two, and I want that lower voice to connect. Good, try that. Yeah, I think the last F double sharp needs to be a little louder. There's right now it's and then too loud after. Yeah, and you can end this fully with a lot of arm. Yeah, you can play. I don't know dynamically. Chopin doesn't write anything besides the fortissimo. I think it's okay to play with a little bit more volume here. As long as it's not like a pushing loud, it's like an expansive loud. Yeah. Try that. separate lines. So pretty much holding like they're chords. I'm not using pedal, so I kind of would like, I mean, yes, use pedal. I'm just demonstrating without pedal, but I think that'll help it sound a little smoother. You're doing a decrescendo there for the second time, which is good, but make sure your left hand also gets quieter. I think it's just right now your right hand gets quieter and your left hand isn't helping. Make sure the start of that, not the start, the measure before the trill, make sure that's the softest part. Yeah, I think it's easy to get too loud. Yeah. This ritenuto he writes long. I mean, at least at this score, it's like spread out, and I think you have to do a little bit more ritenuto than you did before. Just to piggyback on what we said before about the smoothness, I think within this one slur, so now you're moving well this way, but I think there's too many small circles. It's a little bit too many circles. If you get bigger or longer range circles, yeah. I like that better. Yeah, and it helps because if you another circle there, then you're gonna maybe you'll get an accent. I mean, you were very good about it, but it's possible to play that too much or a little bit too loud. Good, fine. Be careful in this next section because Chopin writes it's like a long note and then ya da di da. It's easy to kind of make it sound like a little bit like da di da di da 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 di da 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 da. It's a little bit too swingy and not like long range enough. So what you can do is actually play the moving stuff a little slower or spread it out. So it's even though it's even as it's con anima with spirit, with soul, but it's menomoso, so I think you can stretch it out a little bit. Doesn't mean the whole thing has to be like a lot slower, but just when you move, when you have stuff that's happening, see if you can spread it out a little bit. sound, I think, a little bit like too light if you did. So it sounds a little bit too like all of a sudden a lot of motion. So see if you can actually spread that one out even more. And it's okay. It's okay to kind of take your time for that cadence. It feels a little bit more satisfying that way. Try it. That's much better. You can also, I mean, I would probably take a little bit more time here. You know, if you were a singer and you had to sing all those notes in, it'd be hard to da 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 da. It's not so nice, but da 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 ya ya da da ya. Okay, let's try that first from there. That's a little too fast. I want to hear every one of those notes. When you get to the top part, it's kind of, I think you have to be careful because it repeats the F a little bit, so it kind of sounds a little hokey to me. I think if you felt the distance, the D to the F, kind of feel that transition a little bit more instead of splitting into two groups of 16th notes. If you did, it kind of maybe will make the line sound a little bit more connected. Yeah, that's better. Do it one more time. I don't think it needs to be that slow. Yeah, I think. How about from just to get in the context? If you can diminish it a little bit more, I think that would be nice on the. Good. I think here need the voice a little bit more. I hear too much the lower one. Yeah, good, that's better. And then now here, when you have this, yeah, he writes dolcissimo on that last bit, so take your time and make it really, really nice. It shouldn't be a crescendo. Not da 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 da. Yeah, nice kind of taper. Try it. Sorry, I was looking at the score. Can I watch you play again? I want to see how. If you could be kind of flat. I know it's like not how you're taught to play piano, but a little flatter with the fingers when you, yeah, and not so much motion. Don't move your fingers so much. You kind of keep it quiet, not in just the volume, but how much your fingers are moving. Good. And as light as possible when you come down. sound. Just on the surface of the key, if you can play those notes. Okay, but take your time. Take your time. Make sure you're playing actually the right notes. That's better. That's better. I think you could do a little bit more time, and then you'll be fine. I think when he has this, I think you just let it go. Don't try to do too much with it. I think we are following the circle of fifths harmony, and just let it go until you get to that little roll with the rest. So that's where it's kind of going to. Because your teacher told you pedal slow up, which I definitely agree. I think you're doing a little bit, but I think you can make it slower. See, like we can adjust it, but I want you to try doing it very slow for now. Wait and see how slowly you can lift your pedal up. I want you to practice that. You have control over how long it is by how fast you release the pedal. Because if you did, then I would like it to be a little earlier. But if you did, then it changes how much you do it, and that's something that you have control over. Not make this sound like da dee da but da 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 dum ba da da dee da. Good. All right. That's much better. In this middle section. Do you know, you might not, do you know the Chopin cello etude? It's opus 25, number 7. It goes like... So it's very similar, and that one's called cello etude because, this left hand has this melody that's like... Maybe a cello could play it. I think this is the same sort of thing. Pretend your left hand is a cello. I think what I would actually recommend you do, you don't have to do it on this class because you can get used to it, but I would sing your left hand if you can actually do. But you practice it, and the more familiar you get with it, you can actually feel how you take breaths and all this kind of stuff, so that when you play, then it has it sounds like it doesn't even sound like one person playing it. It sounds like two people playing it because it's so flexible. Yeah, but that's something to look forward to. But for right now, I want you to just listen to the left hand, pretend it's a cello. See how much of a cello sound you can get. Yeah, that's much better. That's better. I feel the flexibility, and I feel you're really channeling those. You know, you can imagine a cellist going do 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 do. You know, with that low. I mean, this is not possible on a cello because it's too low. But I think that idea is there. Okay. This is all kind of the same. Can we do, actually, let's do the transition from where you stopped there, going back into the main theme of the second section. Yeah. Good, okay, good. Right there. It's too much. I don't hear this note. That sounds better than not hearing that. So I know you're trying to voice, but it's okay. We will hear this as a melody. You don't have to over voice it. Make sure we hear all the notes. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you weren't even playing it. I wasn't looking at your hands. So make sure you play the D flat. Yeah. This the chord, the last one. Are you just leaving out the E flat? The da 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 dee da.
Yeah, I left out the E flat.
You know what you can try doing? If your thumb is long enough, you can try doing. Can you play your thumb doing the E flat and the G flat? So you're gonna have to put it very flat and try to play with. I'd have to do 1, 2, or maybe 3 is okay. No, it's a C note. Yeah, it's possible. Don't strain your hand. But if you practice it and you find that it works, I would try to do that because that gives it's an interesting. That I can't reach it 1, 2, 4, 5. So I have to do the top like that. Yeah. Oh, fine. Don't worry about that for now. It's just a little tip. Now, when you get to that was good. When you get to here, that was good. But keep the volume going. Because right now, when you played it, it kind of died down after. Now you're gonna keep it all the way through. Yeah. Can you do a couple of measures before the next page? Before the page turn, like the last 2 measures of. Oh, I think. just to double check, yeah. Um, voice. So this is all the same, but I just wanted to make sure you remember when we do there. Yeah. Now this was good when you start, and then here with that, and not too much on the lower voice. And then you don't have to play this too loud. Yeah. So kind of explore, because it's so we kind of get loud really a lot before the section. Any of the soft stuff you can do is good. Okay, good. Let's do one last time from. Good. All right, we only have a minute left. Let's just talk a little bit about the opening. Can you play the opening one more time? So actually, I think it's a lot, this rhythm is snappier. Because it's 32nd note. It's not 16th. The way you're playing it sounds like 16. It sounds like 1, but it's divided by 8, and I'm not going to be able to count that fast. But yeah, and I think, for me personally, I think the E's should be louder. He has those crescendos, and we will hear the scale going down because it's moving. So our ears are going to hear that. But I think, hearing the E is important, right? Yeah, and keep in mind in your head what the meter is. It's in 3. So if you do it the way I hear it when you first play it is it's in 4. I hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, but whatever it is doesn't really work. But if you think 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, it's the 1, 2 that's important. I think that makes so much more sense. Yeah, it sounds like it's in 3. And then it makes the dum ba dum bum ba yum really effective. Yeah. Okay, good. Very, very nice. Thanks for playing. Good job. All right, see you around. All right. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? I can't really hear you if you're talking, so Yeah, your microphone's very, very soft. Okay. Can you go into audio settings on Zoom and uh, look at your microphone volume and see what microphone, it says input level, input volume, and I think you can just turn it all the way up and let's see what that sounds like. Oh, you can't hear me. Are you? I think everything on your side is. Let me see. How did you find it? It's a little better. Did you move the slider all the way to the right on the audio settings? So under audio settings, the speaker slider, under the speaker there's a slider, and also under microphone there's a slider. I think you should slide all of them up and see how it works.
My microphone is under the piano, so it sounds soft when I
right. I see. Okay.
I can hear you just fine now, though.
Okay. Am I too loud?
No, you're just fine, thank you.
Okay, great. All right. Can you tell us your name and what you're going to play?
My name is Julia Lampkin. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'll be playing Dr. Gratus ad Parnassum by Debussy.
Okay, very good. So I think what's important, and I know some of the stuff you're doing because you want to make some variations or some different colors in with regards to like pedal and stuff. But he writes, at the very beginning, he writes égal et sans sécheresse. My French is bad, but it means equal and without dryness. Or I looked that up. It's I know sec is dry and sécheresse is like dropped or dryness. So I do think if you're going to do any color changes, for example, when you do, I would not just do dry. I would still do it with pedal, but don't do the hairpin, right? So. Right, so you can do color changes that way, but I would try not to. So this stuff can be staccato without it sounding like that. Right, so I think that's why Debussy is difficult, because he has, all these competing things. He writes staccatos, he writes things, he also wants pedal, he also wants it clear, but so I think we can work on that. Good. Can we start once more from the beginning? And I think what's important also in this equalness is not to have any kind of rubato that disrupts the flow. So you can do some rubato on like the hairpins. Yeah, very smooth. Try that.
Right.
Good. Now, try to make it a difference between these, like where the staccatos stop happening. So even though you're using pedal, I think your articulation of the top line has to be, and then you can do long. Yeah, see if that works. Yeah, that's good. And I'll teach you a trick about pedaling. See if, you don't always have to lift all the way up when you change. And you can feel, if you lift the pedal slowly, you'll feel where the actual dampers are all pretty much back. But there's still some pedal movement. If you change any more than that, there's nothing that's going to happen anyways, right? So see if when you change, because you don't want, I don't want to hear that stuff when you change. If you can, and you can also change slowly so that it kind of happens over a longer period of time. As long as you're holding the notes you need to and playing with the legato fingers that you need to, you're not going to have a problem with that. See if you can try that. Yeah, good. That's better. And make sure when you play da 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 da, try to keep the finger movement actually like quiet, kind of not sticky, but really close to the keys instead of da 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 da. Yeah, good. Let's do it one more time, and then we'll move on to the. Yeah, good. From sorry, I was dealing with some technical stuff. Okay, good. Can we do from there? And keep the pedal down, or change the pedal on the measure. Do hairpin on the first and no hairpin on the second one. I think it could be. I put the pedal down more, so it's not, I don't want to hear this like individual part. Good. So now that you're changing your pedal slower, you can change it a little earlier so that you don't run into like already half the measure before you get your pedal changed. You can actually lift it a little earlier than you are doing now, and I think it'll help. One more time. Good. And make sure, so what'll also help is make sure you hold your pinky for a little bit. I know it's not possible because you have to cross over, but your left hand pinky, hold it because it's double stem. There's a whole note anyways, right? So hold it a little bit. Good. Try it one more time. Yeah, good. When you play this, I want the pinky to be held longer. Yeah, and then when you move, that's fine. But have that F there. Yeah, good. So that's important. Obviously, you'll work on it and make sure it doesn't get in the way of your swells and stuff. Okay, fine. Let's do from there. And then, so here, same thing. Keep your right hand very close to the keys and not articulate at all. Only the left hand is articulate. Yeah, try it. Whoop. That's okay. Good. Can you use like a half pedal? Can you use like a half pedal and see how that sounds? Good. Let's see. Maybe there's a compromise. So do you understand what half pedal is? You don't put it down all the way. I mean, sometimes it depends on the piano. It's not actually half. It's like it could be a quarter or whatever. And I know upright pianos they kind of have a different action, so they feel different. So if you get that good half pedal, you can actually just leave that foot there, and it's like both resonant enough and also not too muddy. So see if you can achieve that on your piano. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Let's see where you're changing, because I think if you need to change, if you feel like it's building up a little too much sound, again, don't change too quick where you all of a sudden get like a hiccup sound. Change slowly and smoothly. Let's do it one more time. This time, also focusing on that, but I would like a little bit more contour. Good. That's much better. As you're playing these, one thing to think about is sometimes the thumb. It's easy for us because of the way hands are structured. It's easy for us to crunch these two, so it can kind of make sure your thumb is not too early when you're playing that. hurt the evenness of it. Okay, fine. Let's go from where you just stopped. Good. Okay. Good. That was nice. I think when he writes that expressive part, you could actually stretch out just slightly. So before we're kind of going. I'm doing the wrong kind of finger, but. Slightly stretch. We had this motion. Da 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 ya da di ya di da. It just sounds like a little bit more expressive that way. Good. And Debussy likes to write these like double slashes, and I think you can actually wait. Yeah, you can actually wait. You're holding the C so that it's tied onto the B flat, but you can wait. Maybe just the retenue measure. Just maybe from, how about from? Yeah, good. Make sure you follow his markings, especially. So yes, I think you can play more. Even though it's piano, it's like a expressive piano. So into the keys, and then yeah, diminuendo. Good. And then here. So he has to get faster, but don't push on the second measure. So you start nicely, but don't try to keep that tempo that you have. Maybe actually taper even because this is doing that. So actually a little relaxation on the second measure and the fourth measure would be fine. Try it from there. Yeah, good. You don't have to hold your left hand so long. Once you've got the pedal down, you can leave. Yeah. Good. Make sure it's a nice slur. So I don't want to attack on the second note of the slur, the second group of notes. So this one has an attack, and then nice and released with the wrist. Good. And because he writes that A flat all the way through, I think if you are smart about the voicing, then I think you can put the pedal down the whole way through. good. Can you keep from crescendo? I thought that was good before that. When you get to the main return of the main theme, keep it very quiet until the crescendo, until the at the very end. It's kind of an just a little bit of expanded, and then notice he has the pianissimo right on the measure again, and then you have to shrink back down. So. Yeah, go on. And then on this next section, when you have these arpeggios, I want you to pay attention to in both directions. Going up and going down is the last two notes. Make sure they're exactly the same rhythm, and not. It's easy to do that too much. Is it possible just for from? Okay, good. And actually, what I hear is these are too crunched. So what you can do to practice actually is to make sure it's like da-da-da exactly even. Can you try that? Yeah, that's you don't have to play the actual notes. Just do like the first chord and repeat it. I want you to get it very even in your head and your fingers too. Yeah, keep repeating it. Just adjust as you're playing with your ears. Yeah, sure. Okay, don't speed up. Yeah, good. You know, as a teacher, I could sit down and tell you like, oh, you're right, your thumb is too early. But it's best if if your body kind of figures it out. But you have to put it in a situation where you can actually focus on making it even and listen for those stuff. So I would, just kind of repeat it and make sure you kind of figure out what your habits are, and how to fix that. Okay, we have to stop, but I would say the same thing for there's a little crunching going on there, and that's fine. You can you can work on that by yourself. But let's start from there, and just remember that you can use pedal. Like even if you need to change, I would always be using some sort of pedal, even if it's just half pedal, or if you're changing a lot, that's fine. But make sure it's never just dry. Yeah. Can we start from there?
Sorry, all of a sudden I can't hear you.
That's because I was muted. I am sorry. Sometimes I hit it accidentally. No, I said good. I said use a little bit of pedal on those last chords. That would be very good. You're just a little bit dab of pedal, but we have to stop now. So thank you so much for playing.
Thank you.
Yeah. sorry, let me just pull up the score. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, sorry, let me just download the score. Good. Do you want to try a little bit of the piano, make sure it sounds okay?
Uh-huh. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you talk very well. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Do you want to tell us your name and what you're playing today?
My name is Chania Method Prayun. I'm 12 years old, and today I'll be performing Desperate Measures by Robert Muczynski.
Thank you. Okay, very nice, wonderful. Um,
You.
I think let's see. It, I there's one habit that you do, and before it's all very nice. There's a lot of great stuff. I don't, don't mean to start with criticism, but sometimes you like to stop to place things where I don't think you need to. I mean, sometimes you do. If there's like a forte and then a soft thing, then yes, you need time. But sometimes there's not. It's just a crescendo and then it goes on, and then you take some time where I don't think you need to, or maybe you take too much time. So just keep that in mind as we're going through it. Sometimes I'll try to bring that up when I remember where that is. Um, Good. So for the theme and the first few variations, when you have staccato things, I think you can be a lot more staccato-y, a lot shorter, a lot sharper. Do you want to try that from the beginning? Yeah, good. So even these, I think they could be a lot shorter after the slur. Yeah, really, really sharp with your fingers too. I think. I think these can be a lot sharper. Yeah, and it's not necessarily. Good. Sorry, I don't mean to. With the lag, sometimes they start talking when you play. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Uh, and it could just be like with the piano, it's a little bit of a rounder sound. Um, that's fine. Let's see. So for here, for the others, can that also be articulate besides the long note at the beginning? Good. A little bit more separation in terms of this volume. This should be more this. So it sounds like different voice. I think you do a better job holding those half notes. Yeah, good, good. And then when you do, I think this can be shorter too. It's a little, it's like very, if you were playing something like Beethoven, I would say that's a good amount of length for staccato. But I think in this kind of more modern, more spunky piece, I think it needs a little bit shorter. Yeah. Yeah. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, I wonder if it's like something falling on the floor and just bouncing a little bit. Dun dun dun. Yeah, yeah, good. All right, and then bum bum, and then when you do this, this is yeah. Sorry, it's slower than I thought, but really dry. And both fingers. Yeah, yeah, good. That's better. That's better. Even on the right hand, when he doesn't write staccatos, but there's no slurs, I would play those short, or oh well, not as short as staccatos, but slightly detached. That's what I would kind of articulate. So faster, it doesn't sound as dry. Good. Okay, good. You're being very careful and you're trying to phrase. But I don't think it's that like proper of a form of a piece. I think it's more, obviously very jazzy. So if you can play those both the same attack and volume, I think it would actually feel more jazzy. Yeah, it's still a little too light. It's like imagine there's like a slur and then the staccato. I think it's like a syncopation, when you do. You have to feel where that fits in before the next beat. Try one time. Yeah. Good. Go on. Good. So there, that low line is forte sempre, and then you go. So I don't think you need to take time there. And then. Yeah, good. I still think, you're very very musical, and if you were playing something like Mozart, Beethoven, it's great. But this is forte sempre, so I don't want you to phrase down. There, I don't. Yeah, kind of go all the way to the little break at the last line. Yeah, if you can play more forte sempre, I would like it, especially the second measure and the fourth measure. Instead of not the. Good. All right. Next variation. I think it doesn't need that little tapering on the fourth measure. You need to feel that 5/8, and if you take a little time, we don't feel the 5. I feel like it loses some of that energy. And keep it forte. Good. There's a bit of delay when you return on the fifth measure. So make sure you really get to that bit downbeat. Good. Now moving on. This is lighter, yeah, but still with articulation. I wouldn't use so much pedal as you were using. I would use a little bit, but not as much as you were. Yeah, good. I would also personally not wait so much at the forte there. That one I can understand a little bit more because it's a big change. But I think if you come in, it's a little bit more shocking if you come in just in time. And actually, I think you can hold that F a little longer. Sorry. Can we start from the second section? Yeah, good. I think it just might be a Zoom thing, but I need to hear 3 notes. Ba-da-da. And I hear kind of 2 notes. Yes, that's better. All right. Are you able to reach these ninths? Yeah, I kind of would like a little bit more B, a little bit more on the top note, if possible. Yeah. Good. Can you have the that's much better on the left hand. On your right hand, can you have that? Let's see. Maybe it's a pedal. A little bit longer. I think it might just be a pedal thing. So pedal on it, off. So that we really get those long notes. Yeah, I think your left hand can be a little bit more, actually. It can give us a little bit more than that. So you kind of have to go like this goes down. Right now you kind of go. But I think that actually makes the left hand a little too light. Good, go on. Good. On this all that was good. I want to hear the me. Because there's so much noise going on, you have to actually make sure that your left hand is not too soft. So that we hear ba di dum. Yeah, good. Can we start from the beginning of that line? Good. Okay, you can balance it, not too loud. That it sounds too loud, but that's at least I could hear it. I could hear the notes better. Here also, I would like a little bit more on the tops of those ninths. Sorry. We can play more on the thumb. That would help. Good. And that it's sort of the same thing as before. This don't shy away from the second beat. Don't try to phrase so much. Very rock and roll kind of feel. here, same thing. Don't take time after. Do it again. See if you can go immediately. Very nice. Good. I think in the variation 5, you can actually keep it more tranquilo than you're doing now. It gets, obviously, there's crescendos and stuff later and all that stuff. But at least in the beginning, really kind of keep it very, like you have, obviously, there's a lot of energy inside, but you want to keep it just calm on the surface. Try it. Good. I think that's almost what I want. When you first start, I think there's a little bit too much motion in. Like there's you trying to go just keep it. Yeah, and then obviously there's a crescendo the second time. Then that you do fine. Now when you get back to the theme, it's poco menomoso. So actually, I would like you to play slower than you were doing it before, and also don't push on. Yeah, good. So can we try one more time this variation? Yeah, there's too much da dee da da, too much motion on da dee da da dee. Save it for later. Good. Next variation, keep those. Keep those short in the second note of each third. Do put it up, 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 put it up. That's all very nice. I would like a little bit more on that crossover. Just because it's a little weak. It's enough distant that we won't get confused if it's a melody or not. And I think it's a good texture to have. Otherwise, I don't hear it. Good. Make sure keep it up dynamically before the crescendo. Yeah. This one is fine. Maybe, as we were talking about before, any of these staccatos, you could have it shorter. Good. I do think your tempo is too fast for this one. It's allegretto. It sounds like allegro when you're playing it, and he also writes legato. So I don't know. That would be my interpretation of it, because otherwise it borders on allegro. Go on. That's one of the places where I don't think you need to take time, because if like the way you were playing, I would have assumed there was like a subito piano there, or subito mezzo forte, but it's not. So try to play through it. Da da di da 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 ba 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 da ba ba da. Yeah, good. That makes a lot more sense to me. Yeah. Good. I think the tango could be more foot stompy when you da da da, and then very heavy kind of. Like you imagine you had a tango band with you. The A being held long enough. Right now, you release it when you play the B. Obviously, if your hands are not quite big enough, it doesn't work. But maybe you can put the pedal down after the rest. So pedal down, and then that way you get A little bit longer.
So put the pedal down and release when you play the B?
So put the pedal down after the rest, after your ba. So this obviously you have to release the pedal for the rest. So when you release, you still have the left hand held. Then put the pedal down. Then you could go on, and then you change as normal. I don't know if that makes sense.
Wait, so do you hold the pedal through the B in the left hand or no?
I changed on the B and on the C. So after I put it down before the B, I keep it until the C. Yeah, that's better. And you can also pedal. So long pedal and then short. Even longer with the pedal. Right now you kind of release it half a beat before you play the next note. Yes. Pedal, my hands aren't that big either. And when you have stuff like this, your pedal becomes like the magic trick. You have to kind of fool people into hearing things that that's not physically possible if you didn't have pedal. So good. That's better with those. Can we do from the odd tempo the next page? And I want the triplet really to be triplet. Right now it's kind of da 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 ba da da dee da. Good. That's much better. Can this syncopation be the same thing as before? Triplet, triplet, triplet. Good. And I didn't watch it, but you can give us a little breath for that downbeat, because otherwise it's hard to like feel where that lines up. Give yourself a little cue. Da-da-da-da. Very nice. Okay, next one. I like the general feel of it. I think sometimes the 16th note, the dotted rhythm, it's too snappy. It's a little bit ba-da-dum, but I think it's a soft noodle, right? So the staccato is good, but the note before the staccato sometimes is too short. Yeah, dude, so it doesn't really sound like a waltz when it's so. So actually come in earlier with your first note. 1, 2, 3, da dum. Yeah, that's better. And try, so because we're going for this slow kind of sustained waltz, I don't think that energy is quite appropriate. Yeah, kind of like large and slow moving. And then don't go too fast here. Good. Two things. I think you played it too high after. It's It's lower one octave than, at least on my score. Good. And then, so the molto rit, I don't think it should be immediately slower. I think it's slowing down very much right there. So try to keep the same tempo when you get to that measure and then slow down. And then here, when you get this, the rhythm is different now. Right? Because it's always da, da, dum, and da. But this last time it's, excuse me, da, da, dim, ba. So make sure you do that. And then I would do detached ba, 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 long but detached da, da, di, and not too short on the last note. Good. Can we try from a tempo? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, right. Don't slow down before you get to the rit. Don't slow down before you get to the rit. Good. Can you do it one more time? Do me a favor and go to the downbeat of the next measure. So ba 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 beat up ba 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 bum ba ba bum. It's a little too short the last note. Everything else was great. Yeah. You want to make sure we actually hear it's A. Can you use a little pedal on the A? That's what I'm looking for. Fine. We have to move on. Um, in the next one, the fingers are all good, the chords are all good. The only thing is those like stopping at certain parts, especially right before the end. The same thing as before it happens. So um, don't stop if it's not necessary to. Okay, this is all fine. And the last variation, when he has these like stop motion, when he's, I want those to be longer. I think right now you kind of lift the pedal to go to the next chord. I think you should change the pedal, but I think each note should be kind of as long as possible without being legato. Yeah, and actually with a little bit more verticality. You know, we all the times in piano we try to not be vertical. I think in this it's okay to be vertical. Yeah, good. What is it? Like I want you to kind of feel like you're falling on the second the second beat of that last measure. Good. Slightly slower and really get those articulations on the meno mosso on the next page. You don't have to speed up. And then you can get back to the Yeah, good. These very imagine brass or winds or something very kind of sharp but sustained. Um, and then we go from there, go to the end, and same thing at the allegando. Uh, two measures. Da ba ba ba. Ba da 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 ba. Good. I think it doesn't need to be as slow as you're doing at the very end. So dum ba ba ba, da 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 dum ba, and then you can hold it. Yeah. Good. That's much better. You don't want it to sound slow. You just want it to sound slower than the allegro. So, and exactly in time for the last chord. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, and then you can hold it. All right. Very nice. Good job. So thank you for playing. And I guess this is the end of today's session. I'm not sure if Helen's gonna come and say something, but thank you all for watching. Thanks to all the students for playing, and I will see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for the teaching.
My pleasure.
Mhm.